Hi every baby, welcome to or welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Kidden and today I have a very heavily requested chatty conversation topic video of being your own caregiver. So I have my handy dandy notebook here with me, and so I'm going to go over some of the thinking points and talking points that I had in mind with this topic. Though I do have my daddy, my caregiver, I take care of myself about 95% of the time. Real quick, I do have a cold still, so I sound a little yucky nasally. I'm sorry. I'm a lot better now. It's just my nosy still, so really sorry about that. Yeah, great time to do a talking video, Kidden. But either way, we are going forward because I've had a lot of sicky time just laying around thinking, so I have things to say. When being my own caregiver, the first thing that I like to kind of have set up is a routine, a structure, some sort of schedule of sorts. And what that looks like for me is have a checklist in my head, and if this would help you, literally get yourself a nice little journal or some sort of calendar or chart or something, and you can write these important things up yourself. So I like to make sure when I get up in the morning that I drink a big old thing of water. I like to get all of my computer works and social media works and stuff done, and then I work out and shower, and I have those on my to-do list every single day. Some days are a little bit different because Monday through Thursday, I also work in my PACI shop. If you didn't know, I have a PACI shop. I have a PACI shop. Then on the weekends, I obviously shift around because my daddy does not work on the weekends. But even in those cases, even on the weekends, he still has stuff he has to take care of. So I am a grown-up, but also I am a baby and I have to take care of myself. Aside having the kind of basic guidelines, that's more like my adulty portion of things, but how to structure a fun and carefree little space when it's just you and yourself, basically. So the next thing is kind of in the same category, having a little space to-do list. So for me, that's setting up my babas, making sure that I have either like a juice one or a milky one or something just like set away in the fridge. I'll do it sometimes the night before. In those cases, my daddy can help me when he is around, but this is obviously something you can do yourself. But just having little foods prepped, things that you don't want to have to necessarily be in a big headspace for, or just having easily accessible snacks and stuff like that. So things that are a human's basic need. You have to think about it as if your adult self is getting ready to take care of a baby, which is, hi, that's this right here. This is the baby time. Other things that can also look like are kind of babyifying regular self-care style things, like bubble baths. Like so many people, like Lush is an adult, I'm quotation air quotes, an adult like bath and body kind of store, but like there's literally bath bombs with toys in them. So it's like, that's a thing, you know? So like get yourself some bubbles, get yourself some bath toys, draw yourself a bath, put the bubbles in, get some bath bombs, get those fun bathy crayons and stuff. If you don't have a bathtub, you can get them for the shower too, so you can like color and stuff on the walls. I have little like animal washi mitts so I can have like puppet shows and stuff. Just make normal self-care things little. Want to have a movie night? Set up all of your stuffies and get in front of the TV and your cozy jammies or whatever is little space inducing for you, and have your little snacks out. You're still kind of a grown-up. You're allowed to just have a bowl of M&Ms in front of you and nom on them while you watch the movie. But also don't have too many because you'll get a tummy ache. Maybe note that down on your little to-do list. Have M&Ms, only half of a bag though. That's just some tips for enjoying that little space, because I know there are elements crave certain kind of attentions and stuff like that, which, trust me, I get it. It makes a lot of us babies who do have daddies or caregivers or mommies very upset when they have to work, but that is a part of life, and that is the part of the adult and the adult baby lifestyle that we just have to accept, even if we don't love it. So if you don't have your person at all, and say you're having yucky feels and you just want kind of relatable feels and something to settle your headspace, I then recommend reaching out to community. So there's plenty of places that you can chat with people of all different little varieties. I first started off by going to Facebook groups. If you are specifically looking for regression groups, something that's not as safe for work, you could go to some other websites that I don't know if I'm allowed to say on here or not. But there are online platforms for all different littles that you can find people on and talk to people on. There's also Discords. My daddy and I have a Discord that a lot of littles join in and they introduce themselves. It's all attached to our Twitch and gaming and stuff, but it's still a community. My Patreon, that's a really great place that a lot of littles of all different walks of life are there, and we all talk and everyone is just really nice, and we're all there because we have the same interests, and that's something that makes me feel not alone, and it helps me to then just have a better little space basically by myself on the day-to-day. I'm not just like playing with my toys thinking that I'm lonely or things like that. Something else that can be fun is having kind of a self-sufficient reward system. Things along the lines of when you get certain tasks and stuff accomplished, maybe you have like a little money jar that you like give yourself like some money and that you can save up for a little item or a little activity or something, or even like just sticker systems. So like you have like a journal of things and you have like rewards, and you give yourself a sticker whenever you do something good, and you don't get a sticker if you miss out on something. There was something else that I had in my head. Oh goodness, all the toys around me is just giving me baby mush brain. My brain's just pudding right now. I remember what I was gonna say. Having a rules, and if you wanted to include punishments kind of thing, you could totally do something like that. Literally get like paper and crayons and write up your own rule sheets, things that you have to follow. Maybe that's like bedtimes, maybe that's drinking a certain amount of water, or I don't know, bathy, make sure that you take baths, brush your teeth, things like that. And then you could have a reward system for that as well. I'm not sure what you would do for punishment. No pulling out your Switch until you get said rule or thing done. The last thing that I wanted to touch on was if you're a solo baby who might struggle with a yucky headspace sometimes, and a lot of people do depend on their partners or their carers to be able to kind of have that as almost an outlet or a person to lean on. And if you don't have that, what do you do? Me personally, I really love my journaling. I have like a little space journal, and I also have like a big space journal, and whenever I'm having yucky feels, in whichever headspace it's in, because my little self will think of things a lot differently than my big self, which, by the way, highly recommend just doing that, because then when you can read back in like a grown-up coherent headspace, it's crazy the level of difference in emotions and thoughts and stuff that you have when you're regressed versus when you're just in your regular headspace. Regardless, journaling things out, venting things out really helps me in a more healthy and gentle way to cope with a lot of things. The other thing is finding friends or family. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. Friends or family that you can confide in. And also therapy, counselors, finding groups and just places where you don't have to think of yourself as so very alone and so very outcasty. That really helps. Community in general. I know I said it earlier, but community really helps. Feeling valid, heard, and understood has so much more power than you know. Until these past couple years where I have been my open online baby self, I didn't feel great about things. I didn't feel as brave as I do now. I didn't feel as able to do the things that I do now, and just opening up and being honest with myself and being able to be honest with other people who understand has impacted my headspace so much in such a great way. Okay, every baby, I am losing my voice yet again, so I think I'm going to end this little chatty video here. I hope that this was helpful, that maybe you can take something away from it, and if you have any other questions, I kind of blanked midway through this video, so if I forgot to include anything, I'm so sorry. But please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, check out Patreon for full photo sets, diaper content, ABDL lifestyle stuff, and exclusive videos. I am not with it today, guys. I don't even remember my outro. Until next time, forehead kiss.